Hi friends, in this video I am discussing about a simple wiring diagram that is used for sensing the water level inside the water tank. These are the parts that are used in the wiring diagram. Float type level switch that is used for sensing the level inside the tank. Magnetic contactor that is used for switching on and off the pump, and this comes with 230 volts AC coil or 24 volts DC coil, and miniature circuit breaker that is MCB and 24 volts SMPS. And this SMPS is required if you select magnetic contactor with 24 volts DC coil, otherwise this SMPS is not required. This is the float type level switch. This is the switch that senses the level inside the tank, and it is having three leads: red, black and green. Red corresponds to NC, that is normally closed contact. Black corresponds to NO, that is normally open contact, and green is common terminal. And if you see the inside construction of this level switch, it is having micro switch and a lever, and this lever operates this micro switch whenever the ball moves down, which corresponds to low level inside the tank, and this micro switch is activated and NO becomes NC and HC become NO, and this action is used for controlling the pump. And similarly, whenever the ball moves up, which corresponds to high level inside the tank, this micro switch goes to its normal position. This is the wiring diagram 1 that is used for controlling the water level inside the tank. In this video I am discussing 3 wiring diagrams, and depending upon your requirement and budget, one of the wiring diagram need to be selected for controlling the water level inside the tank. Here if you see in this wiring diagram, the float switch is directly controlling the pump, and this float switch carries the same amount of the current as the pump draws. And this is a single phase pump. Phase and neutral are connected to the pump. Neutral is directly connected. Phase, here you can see this is the red wire, it is distributed to the float switch. And how the float switch is controlling the pump, here you can see the black that is corresponding to NO terminal of the switch is connected to 20 volts phase, and the common terminal is connected to the pump. And whenever the float goes to the low level inside the tank, so the NO changes to NC, and this 230 volts is applied to the pump, and pump start running, and it will be in running state until the float goes to the high level. And whenever it goes to the high level, here you can see NO again changes to NO position, and this 230 volts is disconnected to the pump and pump stops. Even though this configuration is simple and economical, there are disadvantages for this wiring diagram. What are those disadvantages? This switch is carrying the same amount of the current as the pump draws, and this is high current, and this high current over a period of time will create carbon on the contacts, and this will affect the conduction of this switch. And the other disadvantage is, so this switch is carrying 230 volts AC, and this switch is always dipped in the water, and even though this is sealed, there might chance of water leakage into this float switch, and if water leaks, electric shock will occur because it's a 230 volts AC. Because of these disadvantages, I will not prefer this wiring diagram. So this is the wiring diagram 2. So this is the float switch. Instead of float switch directly controlling the pump, so a magnetic contactor is there, and this magnetic contactor is carrying the current that the pump draws. And in detail here you can see this is the wiring diagram, and this is the single phase pump that we are controlling, and neutral is directly connected to the pump, and phase it is distributed through MCB and contactor to the pump. And this is the magnetic contactor with 230 volts AC coil, and this is nothing but a relay which is having a coil and contacts. Whenever the voltage is applied to the coil, so it will be energized and NO changes to NC, and if there are NC contacts, they will change to NO. Depending upon your application requirement, the magnetic contactor with the different contacts need to be selected. Here we are using only one NO. Other end of the NO terminal, it is connected to the pump, and this contactor coil is controlled through the float switch, and neutral is directly connected to the coil, and phase it is controlled to the float switch, and phase it is connected to NO terminal. Whenever the float goes to low level, NO changes to NC, and this is applied to the contactor through the common terminal, and this contactor will be energized, and NO terminal goes to NC, and the phase is applied to the pump, and pump starts running, and it will be in running state until the water goes to the high level. And whenever the switch is going to the high level, NO again goes to the NO position, and this phase is disconnected to the contactor, and contactor is de-energized, and again this NO of this contactor will change to NO terminal, and this phase is disconnected to the pump, and pump stops running. This wiring diagram eliminates one of the disadvantage of the first wiring diagram. What is the disadvantage it is eliminating? So the switch here, if you see, it's not carrying the high current as the pump draws. This is the contactor that is carrying the current that the pump draws, and the switch only carries milliampere current that the contactor draws. But here it is one more disadvantage still exists. 230 volts still it is distributed through the float switch for controlling the contactor coil, and if water leaks into the switch and electric shock occurs, and because of this disadvantage I will not prefer this wiring diagram for residential tanks. This is the third wiring diagram which I will prefer, and is also safe. And this is the magnetic contactor as in wiring diagram 2, but it is 24 volts DC coil, and this switch is controlling this magnetic contactor. Here you can see. And this is the 230 volts single phase pump. Neutral is directly connected. Phase this is connected through the NO contact of this magnetic contactor, and instead of 220 volts AC, so this magnetic contactor is having 24 volts DC coil, and whenever 24 volts DC is applied to this coil, the NO changes to NC, and the phase is applied to the pump, and pump starts running. And this 24 volts to the coil is controlled through the float switch. For generating the 24 volts, SMPS is required. This is industrial grade SMPS, and the input to the SMPS is AC. Here you can see phase and neutral is connected to this power supply, and the output, which is 24 volts DC, minus terminal is directly connected to the coil one end, and other end of the coil, that is plus, it is distributed through the float switch. Whenever the tank level is low, NO changes to NC, and this plus of the 24 volts DC is connected to the coil through the common terminal, and this will be energized, and this contact will change to NC, and this phase is applied to the pump, and pump starts running. And similarly, whenever it goes to high level, this changes to again NO, and this is disconnected, and 24 volts is not applied to this coil, and it is de-energized, and this will become again NO, and phase is disconnected to the pump, and pump stop running. So this eliminates both the disadvantages. So the switch is not carrying the high current, and also it is a 24 volts that is distributed to the load even though water leaks. So 24 volts is a safe voltage which will not have any electric shock. So there are electronic modules that are available in the market for controlling the water level inside the tank. They are expensive, and initially they will work fine. Over a period of time they will create problems, and they are not self-repairable. Whereas this wiring diagram, if you implement, so it's easy to implement and simple, and also self-repairable. If any problem occurs on your own, you can repair it. And if you see, this is the 24 volts DC power supply, this is a contactor coil, and this is the total cost approximately. So 500 for float switch, and this contactor price, and 24 volt DC SMPS, and cable cost. If club all these prices, it is coming around 2000, and with 2000 amount you can easily control the water level inside the tank. And instead of industrial grade SMPS, so you can use commercial grade, which is available at low cost, and depending on your budget you can select the SMPS. Thank you for watching my video.